And we're live. Hello again everyone, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones wherever you might be, and welcome back to the Mass Effect Trilogy, and specifically Mass Effect 2 Part 13. Long since run out of fingers. And possibly the last bit of Mass Effect 2. I don't know how long this DLC we're about to do is, but we shall see. Honestly, I might just push through it, you might get a longer stream because of it. Who can say? Who can say? So, those of you who had last time will remember we finished the main game, we did the suicide mission, but it was all completely fine and everybody lived and it was good. And we got to tell Cerberus to sod off, so that was fun too. Then we went on to the Lair of the Shadow Broker DLC, where Liara, Space Wife number 1, has been tracking the Shadow Broker, and then got a fake cop attempting to kidnap her, and we had a whole Die Hard situation, but now she's back in the party, extra guest party member for the DLC. Very exciting. And when we last left off, we had just had a car chase through a very Blade Runner feeling city on Ilium, and we have both just landed our flying cars on a hotel. So let's get back into it. And here we are, on the roof of a hotel. That's where she crashed. This is where we landed more successfully.
Watch out! They're dropping reinforcements in to slow us down.
Are they now? Fight off waves and marks, I can do that. Liara, you have to move them out of the way as I'm aiming at their head. That's really unhelpful of you.
Blinder.
I should maybe close in, but sniping is fun. Okay, fine, I'll get close. Oh, you can be dead. Extremely dead, shot in the back of the head with an anti-tank rifle there.
Getting to cover.
Nope, this is bad cover. Tali, I know it's traditional, but can you not stand in the way of my bullets, please?
Watch out! Flashbangs!
Okay, that was my fault for just aiming at Liara. I got confused. She's not normally in my party in this game.
Precise. Watch out! Flashbangs!
That's annoying. Do not do that.
Shield
Die. Wow. I am apparently rusty. This is just terrible firefighting.
Mark at LOS. Blue active.
That's off my throat!
Anyone else? Anyone else? Well, that was somebody else, clearly.
Watch out! Flashbangs!
Is that another wave being dropped in? I think it is. Take some different cover.
Anti-personnel, Reds, avoid LOS.
One down.
Metagel. That was... Ah! Well, truly an auspicious start to this stream, after saying I don't know how long these DLCs last. They will last a lot longer if I keep getting shot and dying. Pulling some real pro gamer moves in here.
Watch out! They're dropping reinforcements in to slow us down.
Yeah, and historically it works. Dead.
Lies the drone.
Dead. Oh, wow. There we go.
Black ball in play. Blinder in play.
Please stop doing that. It's very annoying. And probably not a great deal of fun for the viewers.
This is what I want.
Honestly, mercenaries, won't somebody think of my Twitch viewers?
Marks have LOS.
See, my real pro strat here is I should stop firing when the dot is not actually on the person I'm aiming at. Oh, they're there. I thought they went on the other side.
Blinder in play.
Seriously, very annoying. Stop it.
Warm up.
Next one coming in. Down there.
Mark can counter armor.
Flies the drone.
Casualty.
No, not the cane. This is not the time for the cane.
Marks have LOS.
It's not fun. It's not tinnitus from the guns. It's they're throwing flashbangs at us. Everyone's dead. Madagel.
They're using combat drones.
But yes, the mercs in this all have flashbangs to throw at us, and it's annoying. And I seem to remember they make a comeback in the third game. Especially in the multiplayer, I remember them coming up a lot. Are we done? No, another wave. What the heck just happened?
Come on, we can climb over to get to Vizier's car.
Yeah, and like, I have bad tinnitus in real life, so the sound of it doesn't bother me that much. It's just the graphics effects and the general annoyance. I mean, I know obviously that's the point. They're meant to make firefighting hard, and that's why you're meant to look away from them. But still, steal some money. Reload my guns. Now I've picked up a bunch of clips. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. Rip some mercenaries, I guess.
Please let me live. I'll do the mantras every week. I'll give to charity. Go back to the Citadel and get the job.
I'll come to you in a second. I just need to steal some money. This is a nice kitchen space. There's some strong interior designs going on here. Anyway, where's this dancer that was just talking? Lustful video. See, that's closer to how you do an actual sexy dance, rather than whatever the hell last week was.
What kind of hotel is this?
Not last week, last episode.
Azure. It's a luxury resort with an exotic edge. Azure is slang for a part of the Asari body in some areas of Ilium.
Where?
Mainly the lower reaches, near the bottom.
I meant, where on the Asari body?
So did I.
Hey.
Hey, we're unarmed. We didn't see anything.
Good. I guess. Just gonna come in here and point an anti-tank rifle at you anyway. Now where's that dancer that was having a breakdown that I could hear? I don't know. Anyway, here's some heavy weapon ammo that we don't need, and here's Sir's
Vizier
car.
got hurt in the crash.
That should slow her down.
Some more upgrades. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of upgrade data in this DLC that I did not think I'd have.
She's lost a lot of blood. We have to be getting close.
She's tough, I'll give her that much.
It says follow the
She's
blood
a
trail.
Spectre.
Really, I'm just moving through the space in the directions that I have available. Well, that doesn't sound great. I will steal some Metagel. And some money, I guess. God, I do just steal a lot of money. Blood trail seems to be going this way, so we'll go this way. There's a weapons locker there, which is interesting because it suggests we might have a different weapon to use. Unless we just want to change loadout in the middle of the level. For no reason. I think that's what it is. Okay. So now let's go the actual way. Cutscene! Dramatic Sam Raimi camera! Yeah, she's bleeding a bunch. And
Vizier,
nobody
it's
cares.
over.
Hey, you! Come here. What's your name?
Mariana.
Mariana. You want to live, don't you? Tell those people that you want to live.
Please.
We'll get you out of here safely, Mariana.
Well, that's good to hear. All you had to do was walk away. Now it gets ugly.
Please, I have a son.
A son? I hope he gets to see you again. I've heard losing a parent is just horrific for children. Scars them for life.
I'm going to end you, Vizier.
It's okay, Liara. We'll handle it. The usual way.
By
You
being
want
charming as hell
Mariana's
and
little
or
boy
gun.
to grow up without a mommy, Shepard? Thermoclips on the ground now. Power cells too.
Charming as hell.
Is that it?
What?
Vizier, I sacrificed hundreds of human lives to save the Destiny Ascension. I unleashed the Rachni on the galaxy. So for your sake, I hope your escape plan doesn't hinge on me hesitating to shoot a damn hostage.
Charming as hell, but also in a very intimidating way, as Shepard does so well.
Now, Liara.
That seems like an excellent way to also kill the hostage. How do you so precisely just get Vizier off her by throwing a table?
Enemies incoming.
That classic finesse move.
See ya!
Wow, you've got barrier for days.
Unravel.
So in conclusion, as we really concluded in Mass
They
Effect
got
1,
shockwave.
Spectres were a mistake.
Stay sharp!
And also, why could we never teleport?
Is the baby Spectre upset?
Tell you what, I'm appreciating the sniper slowdown because she is mobile.
Try to keep up. Here's what a real Spectre can do. Back in a bit. Have fun.
Although I say, why couldn't I teleport? I think that might be a class skill in 2 and 3 for Vanguards. So yeah, the real reason there is that's just not the class I picked.
Neutralize the drone.
I seem to remember playing a lot of Vanguard in the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. It was a lot of fun.
Take that.
combat drone.
Come on. Wow, just completely whipped out. In the crotch for some reason.
Miss me?
Many times you are very mobile. Like seriously, so mobile. And I'm a very bad shot on occasion, it turns out. Why was that not loaded? Shepard, work with me.
My shields are down.
Way to distract her with that combat drone, Tarly. Okay, her barriers are down, but now she runs away again, and we have drones. Drones. Drone down. And down.
You've been spotted.
And an entry here. And Shepard's doing the gun dance again. This is not helpful. Oh my god!
Singularity deployed.
Don't you just love it when the game actively fights you?
I'll finish you myself.
Will you though? Many have tried.
Try to keep up.
Set her on fire. Miss. Oh wow, her armor is not nearly as resilient as her barrier was. Stop doing the gun dance.
Shockwave.
Armor down, come on. Turns out with your shields down, you're not very resistant to getting shot in the head with an anti-tank rifle. And cutscene.
Ah, damn it! Damn it!
So, how did that whole ending me thing go?
Sakat's personal datapad. This has what we need to find the Shadow Broker.
You're dead. The Shadow Broker has been in power for decades. He's stronger than anything you've ever faced.
Is that why you sold out the Council to work for him?
You think I betrayed the Council? Like Saren? Go to hell. The Broker's given me damn good intel over the years. Intel that saved lives and kept the Citadel safe. So if the Broker needs a few people to disappear, I'll pay that price without hesitation.
Yeah. Working for the Council and doing wildly immoral and questionably legal things very much do not seem to be much mutually exclusive.
Spectres don't blow up buildings filled with innocent people.
I mean...
Sure we do.
Yeah,
We get our hands
that's a
dirty
thing.
so the Council doesn't have to. The Councilors might complain about our methods to soothe their consciences, but they never look too closely. Besides, you're with Cerberus. You have any idea what your terrorist friends have done?
Sadly, yes.
I know who they are and what they've done. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
I think it does. You want to judge me? Look in the mirror. Kidnapping kids for biotic death camps. Hell, your own unit on a cruise. And you're with them. Don't you dare
She's not
judge
wrong.
me. Oh, don't you?
Well, we're murderers. But then we knew that.
Eliminate Sony and retrieve the data. Civilian casualties not a concern.
Bazir's dead.
I'm putting the data through to the Normandy's computers. We can be at the Shadow Broker's base in a few hours. He'll know about Vizir before long. If he decides to kill Farron.
We'll get Farron out of there alive, Liara. I promise.
I know. You're
Arrogant
here to help,
interrupter, just be nice to your
just like
wife.
always.
That's not a good thing?
When we first met on Therum, you saved me from the Geth. You fought a Krogan battlemaster while I cowered. Now you're doing it again. And I'm still leaning on you for help.
That's what friends do,
It's called
Liara.
cooperation. I mean, I'm
I
kind
can
of
get
just
us there
reading
based on
myself there,
Sakat's
I
data.
guess.
The Normandy's stealth drive will keep them from detecting us. The Shadow Broker's agents are still shooting their way through Ilium. With luck, they won't notice we've left until it's too late.
That's a little cold. They killed innocent people.
You know
Paragon
what I
interrupt
mean.
to be mean to
Do
your
I?
wife.
When I hit the ground back at the trade center, you went after Vizier without a backward look.
A little fall wasn't going to kill you. I had to stay on Vizier. I had to stay rational, make the call, like I did with Sakat.
That's Vizier's fault, not yours.
Sakat had no idea what the stakes were. I put him in harm's way to get the data I needed. I got him killed. And I'd do it again.
Sorry, I get very
But from
distracted
here
by
on
Shepard's
out, things
butt
will be
plates.
simple.
Who
Get
designed
in,
that?
get Farron, get out. And kill anyone who tries to stop us.
That's it?
That's it.
We just stop for a second? We'll be jumping several light years. There's time to talk.
About what?
Paragon interrupt to be abrupt to your wife.
About us.
Shepard, listen, I'm glad you're here.
You worried there might be terminals you need me to hack?
That's not fair. You were dead.
I came back.
It's not that easy. You can't just come back and have 2 years of mourning suddenly vanish. I'm sorry, Shepard. I can't get into this. For now, let's just focus on getting Farron back.
Fine.
So this is some actually interesting and nuanced character, like relationship development. In the same game as the sexy dance. It's, as I say, the writing is so wildly inconsistent. Here is a schematic for a thing we have not got to yet. Oh right, it's just taking us straight there. I thought we might go back to the Normandy. Do we not get to bring Liara? Huh. Oh right, okay, yeah, no, you just pick one person and then it's you, them, and Liara. Keeping the girls together. Very Star Wars intro cutscene there. Oh hey, it's something we just had the blueprint of. Blueprint? Not really, no. Anyway. Model.
Hagalaz. The oceans boil during the day, then snap freeze 10 minutes after sundown.
The Shadow
That's an
Broker lives in
Anglo-Saxon
this?
rune.
His ship
I
follows
didn't
the
know that at the
sunset,
time.
completely undetectable in the storm, unless you know where to look.
How do we get inside?
The shuttle bay is locked down. We'll need to land on the ship and hunt for a hatch. But we can't stay outside for long. There's a constant lightning storm where the hot and cold air collide.
This is some cool environment design. This is the thing I remembered most from this DLC, is just this environment. Well, hope we don't need to go back.
It's hard to pinpoint in this lightning, but I'm picking up signals from a communications array near the back of the ship. There's nothing below but maintenance equipment. We have to find an entrance near the back shielding.
All games need to have a level where you're walking around on top of a vehicle and it's always the best. Sorry, that's just how it
Maintenance
works.
drones. They must think we're debris from the storm.
I just saw it. Oh, it's over there. Some stuff we can steal. Yeah, like I say, this is cool. That's a cool texture. I'm easily pleased, really.
Careful. Those capacitors discharge built-up lightning. Shepard, try firing at the capacitors.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's cool and all, but I could just use those bullets to shoot them in the head with an anti-tank rifle, which works very, very well. We go up here? No. Down there.
ready.
Why do they have security mechs on the outside of the ship? I mean, obviously, for just this situation, but it seems a surprising thing to see. Although I suppose if you're the Shadow Broker, that kind of thing is your whole deal. Anybody else want to stop me walking along this ship? Yes, apparently so. And set me on fire. Well, I'll set you on fire right back. Or not. Wow, did that just completely miss? You're dead.
This should slow them down.
You're dead. And I'm out of bullets. Let's control a rod. Apparently. Mostly I pressed the button because it was there.
Watch your right.
But hey, pressing the button let us advance. So it's all good.
Enemy bionics on the field.
I'm red status.
All the problems you can solve by just shooting your enemies in the face. Those problems are your enemies. Over here? No. Where am I going? Where am I going? Down, down. No, seriously, where am I going? Damn it, my usual thing of just passively navigating the space and seeing where it takes me is failing me. Game, where do you want me to go? Also, there is a lot of ambient noise around here. Ah, there we are. Take cover, shoot some mechs. Steal some tech. Walk down the ship.
Okay, looking down was clearly a mistake.
Nah, it's all good. Look at that. There's Fab. Okay, so answers on a postcard, I guess. Is this really cool, or am I just very easily pleased? Nailed it. Running a bit low on ammo, give me your clips. I love it when Vasir's like thermal clips on the ground and power cells too.
It
Like,
must have taken decades to build in secret.
oh, that's
I
neat.
wonder what happened to the contractors.
I think we can guess.
Yeah, thermal clips and power cells too, because on the one hand that actually acknowledges the fact that you've got different kinds of weapons in this game that use different kinds of ammo, and it's a nice bit of gameplay and dialogue integration. And on the other hand, it implies that she thinks you might have shot her with the cane from like 10 feet away and just killed everybody on that rooftop. All these talk to Liara prompts are just, get Liara to nerd out a bit. My god, we will.
Navigating this storm is brutal. If the ship's engines stop, even for a moment, at least the Shadow Broker would go down with us.
That's comforting.
And what about these motion dampeners, eh?
Motion dampeners. I bet you can't even hear the storm from inside the ship.
God, I'm looking forward to that. Power cells, palladium, clips. And a door. Can we get inside? No. Yeah. And that classic gaming experience of going up a slope or out of a cave or something, just being violently assaulted by a bloom effect. Are we nearly at the back of the ship yet? Also, that was the sound of a mech. Where is it?
Direct fire on my
Oh no,
mark.
maybe not a mech. Oh god, that's flashbang that's like right on top of me. But weirdly didn't mess up my camera a lot of time. I guess because I was right on top of it, I couldn't actually see it.
Enemy bionics on the field.
Hey, want me to shoot you with an anti-tank rifle from like 6 feet away? There's some splatter. Wow. Why was he taking cover there? That was not cover. Crouching down next to an object does not automatically prevent all bullets coming at you from all directions. Oh, again with the death noises. Haven't moaned about those in a while. Hey. Do some combat rolls up these stairs. Wish there was a way to vault without taking cover first and doing a weird roll. Okay. Speaking of cover, I should maybe do that. Oh god. Metagel. Wow, I am playing sloppy as hell today, and I can only apologize. Other game level concepts that I always love. Everything is at a weird angle. Once again, I am easily pleased by level design elements.
Excuse me, collision proximity.
Wow, completely messed.
Status failure.
Well, it's dead anyway.
Watch the Asari.
By the Asari Liara, do you just mean you? Do you just want me to watch you? Because I will. I'm out of ammo again.
I'm red status.
Want some more?
Enemy bionics on the field.
When are they going to get the memo where they are not going to win this? We have taken down scarier things than a few mercenaries. Anyway, let's control a panel. And that lowers these panels so we can get past. Really hope they weren't doing anything like helping keeping the ship up or anything. It's like, yes, we can make this path by turning off the engines. Wait, where are they? Oh, they're there. Thought I had a different gun out. Good job. But they're dead anyway. I think I heard a Solarian over there. Guess they're about to set me on fire. Called it. So I'm gonna set them on fire and then take cover because I'm really dead.
Hostile rover.
Anti-personnel, red, avoid LOS.
Wow, I am just panic shooting all over the place. Just walk around the corner. Oh no, there's somebody there. I seem to be doing this in a lot of games lately.
Fire on my mark.
Yeah, I just realised I was taking cover next to a lightning capacitor, and that would probably be bad.
Got them.
Okay, well, thanks Tali and Liara, who presumably did all the work there.
Do you see a switch?
Because I did dreadfully. Yeah, how do we get up there? Around here, and up. Control that rod! And down here, yes. I think this was the way it just showed me. I'm bad at navigating spaces, y'all.
Not even a guardrail. I bet the broker's agents love patrolling the hull.
Oh my god, we are Space OSHA!
There. That hatch leads directly to the communication signals.
Cool, I saw a medical station. Yeah, I need that gel. Keep playing very badly. Let's actually get inside and out of the weather, shall we?
Hang on, I've got a bypass shunt program
Or
that
not.
can crack it.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
Cool, there's more stories there, but for now I think we have to defend the point.
You sure that shunt is working?
It's illegal even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
No time to talk. Shield your eyes.
And stop face-tanking rockets.
Watch for biotics.
Oh my god.
Resource! Marks have everywhere. They're all so frozen. Watch the Asari.
Commentary pauses while I remember how to shoot a gun.
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Well,
Remember the old days when you could just
the
slap
counter's got to
Omnigel
want
on
to
everything?
Ah,
That security
references.
upgrade made a lot of people unhappy. Look out, more on the way. Here they come. Watch out, flashbang. Your eyes. Biotics.
Please stop. All these things you are doing, you need to stop them. Just stop it. If you, whatever you can think of, stop it.
Rocket drones, front of the ship.
2 out of 5. Need to get some better cover. No, don't vault over it.
Shields. One got one.
Oh my god.
Nothing faster than to pick up on calls. Your weapons will guide.
They're down. 3 out of 5.
Be more effective if they all attacked at once.
Please don't give the mercs ideas.
Yes, Liara, we know how game design works. Played too much Hades, I half expected a little trap kill in case it pop up there. 4 out of 5.
The next wave looks like a big one.
You just had to give them tactical advice.
Oh, good.
Now there'll be fewer left to deal with inside.
Yeah, keep dreaming, Tassoni.
I'm red status.
Out of ammo. It's a real limiting factor here is I just don't have that many bullets. Because bullets in this game were a mistake.
Agent down.
Nice.
There, the hatch is open.
And we're good. Let's just go in. Oh, that was tense. Girl Squad strut. Gotta have a moment for that. And yes, it could be. It's Girl Squad because I made it that. It could be like Liara and Zaid or someone. Hi, Sophia. Good to have you. You've missed us having a bunch of dramatic firefights on the outside of a ship in a storm, and it was really cool. And also a weird aside about Asari genitalia. And we're level 30, which, yeah, is, I believe, the level cap for this game. And it seems to have reloaded all my weaponry, so no, not the cane. Oh no, not quite reloaded everything, but... Oh, that's a flashbang. Why did that burn the after image of something when I was looking away from the flashbang? That is not how eyes work. You're dead. Come on. Come back out. You're dead.
Casualty.
You're dead. Yeah, casualty is you, mate.
Shield optics.
Again, not how eyes work.
They're all yours to take out.
I mean, sure, this could be how whatever advanced future stun grenades they're using work. But... yeah.
What's the Asari?
Requesting backup. Closing.
Personnel. Red, avoid
Set
LOS.
people on fire! I don't know how I avoided that rocket that was coming straight at me while I wasn't in cover. Which way does it want me to go? So I'll go this way. Anything interesting down here? I mean, looks interesting, just not gameplay relevant, I guess.
I've downloaded the ship's layout. We're headed toward the prison block. And Farron.
Cool, where did you download it from? We've just been walking through these corridors. I guess you could do it on your Omni tool, because that's just tech magic.
Mark spotted.
Hello. Mark spotted and then Mark shot me in the face a lot. And now I am dead and I've left a big old purple splatter again. It's all very well putting people in stasis, Liara, but when they're like the only person left, it just means we have to stand here and wait. Before we can shoot the fool in the face. Found it on MySpace, yeah. Yeah, Liara seems like she'd have a MySpace. Anything around here? It's a door that we can't get through. No reason given, you just says no. Steal some money, get some Medigel, get some bullets. Bypass the door. Well,
Farron,
there's the guy we were looking for. Not dead.
hold on.
That's exciting.
We're getting you out of here.
You may notice he looks very similar to Thane because we really only have one character model for Drell.
No.
He doesn't have the piercings, I guess.
Farron.
What the hell is the broker trying to do to you?
The equipment is sensitive to tampering. This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and my brain cooks.
Do you know where we can cut the power?
It won't be easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
Easy or not, we're all getting out of here.
It's what
Good.
we do.
Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back.
Then
for
I'll
you,
shoot
Farron.
them in the face
try
a
not
bunch
to go
with an
anywhere.
anti-tank rifle.
Teams to Outpost C.
It's my tactic.
Get an LOS. Paint the marks.
Oh, there are some people. These marks don't want to be painted, thank you very much. Always practice
Shield your eyes.
enthusiastic contempt when painting your marks. I swear, these flashbangs. Is there anything I can do that they won't screw me over?
Enemy biotics on the field.
Yeah, enemy biotics in my face.
I'm ready, Doctor.
Enemy biotics on the floor. Oh, hello. Wow. Way to just stand there and do literally nothing while I shot you, dude. It's probably for the best that I killed you, because you were getting so fired.
Outpost 8F are down.
Ha! I avoided a flashbang for once. Steal some money. Ammo, Madigel, bit of everything. Opens the door. Cool, this corridor was great. Added a lot to the gameplay, I feel. Opens the door. Cutscene. Girl strut. Hello, shadowy figure.
Here for the drill. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
That's a voice.
That bombing on Ilium wasn't exactly subtle.
Extreme, but necessary.
No, it wasn't. Neither was caging Farron for 2 years.
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Farron betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The Drell is simply paying the price.
Someone was bound to come after you for working with the Collectors.
It was a mutually beneficial partnership. Fortunately,
Yeah, but that's
the
worse.
Normandy's
See how that's
IFF
worse,
let me
right?
salvage the remains of the Collector's base.
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is barely an interruption. Enough talk. My operations are too crucial to be compromised by a traitor.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. I'm surprised you brought the quarry in to Sony.
Little bit of reaction dialogue.
On Haystrom got most of her team killed.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species
What?
quarantined to their
Jeez.
homeworld from massacring the Council's first contact teams. This base is older than your planet's discovery. Which probably means you killed the original Shadow Broker 60 years ago, then took over. I'm guessing you were taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing?
Sure, antagonize him. That'll go well. Given that he's 11 feet tall and can do that. Cool creature design for something you will never see again. But yes, Shadow Broker very much a Dread Pirate Roberts situation, it seems. Also has far less impressive shields than Seer did. Wow. Such boss fights. Okay, that's probably bad. What do I get for mocking?
The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now!
Wow, the lip sync didn't happen at all. Let's June this. Slow knife. By which I mean just beating this massive monster up. Dread Pirate Roberts, but if they killed each other, yeah. Okay, no, there's more fight, that's good. I was starting to feel a little bad for him.
Well, he's vulnerable.
Stop getting caught on geometry! Just go and punch him in the head! I think this is the end of Assassin's Creed 2. Yep, apparently today is the day I make reference. I just make
if you
endless
can get him to
references
bring up that shield again,
games that aren't
I've got
this.
an idea.
So what you're saying is I should shoot him a bunch. Good, that was my plan anyway. I don't want to use an ammo power. I've got an ammo power active, game. I'm going to press shift just to get the tooltip to go away. And hit him. They were saying he was bringing in more mercs, but none of these phases have lasted long enough for any of them to actually spawn noticeably.
Liara, now!
We are far too efficient. What even was that? Why was he keeping the box of lightning in the ceiling? Not totally sure what we just killed him with, but guess he's dead. Panting. Why was that in double dashes? That's not a notation you use for, like, anything. And then
Shadow
he just
Broker,
disappears.
This is Operative Murat. We've had a momentary connection failure. Can you confirm status?
Lightning box is a great statement pieces.
Are we
Yeah,
still online?
that's fair.
Shadow
If I
Broker,
had
I've
an
lost
evil
our
lair,
feed.
I'd keep a box
We're
of lightning
online
in the
and awaiting
ceiling.
instructions.
Liara finding out that you keep what you kill. Put the gun down. You don't need to be holding the gun while you
We
hit
experienced a
touchscreens.
power fluctuation while upgrading hardware. It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the next solar day.
Shadow Broker, out.
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You... How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead, so...
Yes, I'm the Shadow Broker
new
now.
Shadow Broker.
Is taking over as the Shadow Broker really a good idea?
It was either that or lose everything. His contacts, his trading sources, those will really help us. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you I can...
I'll check the power systems.
I'll leave you two alone. Come on, Tali.
It's over. It's finally... For 2 years.
You give me the option hug her, why would I not?
It's alright.
And it was in square brackets, not double dashes for some reason. Duh.
It's been 2 years. I don't... We're different people. You have your mission and...
Mission's already done. This is why you have the lightning box, so you can have a dramatic kiss in front of it. Around that visor microphone.
But... we should focus. Let's see what our options are. No safeguards or user restrictions. It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here. And it's all
Or any
ours.
kind of counter-intrusion, which is... it's just bad spying. I'm amazed it's been going for 5 decades. 6 decades, can't count. 10 years in a decade, Emma, that's what the name means.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I'll need to go through his files. Come back later and I'll try to have something useful for you.
Cool, I will not come back
was
later.
To rescue Farron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Brokers network, I can help you. Maybe I can turn this operation into something better.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Small chance of that. Come back soon.
And once again I say, no. Dread Pirate Robert's contingency. Yeah, as soon as the Shadow Broker dies, it's just all the restrictions turn off, and a sign comes up saying, "Hey, guess you're the Shadow Broker now." I guess that's less Dread Pirate Robert's, more the Santa Claus. And we leveled up. Mission complete. Shepard has defeated the Shadow Broker. Shepard has defeated the Shadow Broker. Eliminate Cerberus information leaks as Liara Sony takes over. The Asari's relationship with Shepard should be watched closely. And some upgrades. And some money and some materials. Not that we need it for anything. My god, we're earning a lot of money there. And that's the Lair of the Shadow Broker DLC. Which leaves us with 2 hours left in the stream, which I am informed by the internet is about how long the next one will take, so this should go perfectly. I say that before I die like a scrub 15 times. Oh yeah, and now you have this as a little mini hub.
I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Okay, so much for going on to the other DLC now. We've got some looking around to do.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Cool, I know I said got some stuff to look at, we will not be reading your pen. That's not happening. Dossiers. Wow, we have the Shadow Broker's dossiers on, like, every character. So we're looking through them, of course we are. Oh my god, there's a lot here. Cool, we might just be here for a while. This has turned into some kind of weird other Codex special. Enjoy, I guess. So, Miranda Lawson, Cerberus officer, efficient, ruthless, obsessed with human dominance, massive racist. Possible recruitment candidate after elusive man's assassination and destruction of Cerberus. We can only hope. Extranet activity. Message, image results for Shepard, Sauron, and Spectre. Extranet message, news summary for Elfell Ashland Energy. Which, that was a place we went to the first game, right? Subscription to After Dark Fashions. Yep, that tracks. Subscription cancelled to Biotech Research Quarterly, and purchase of the food book Men Are From Omega, Women Are From Ilium. What can be said? Personal correspondence 1. From iPartner Collections. God, we're just going to be reading her dating history, and I'm here for it. Received 2312 from Miss Lawson, username Lawbringer SR2. Subtle. We've reviewed your application to join the iPartner group, and are happy to accept you into the exclusive Diamond Circle, where the best meet the best. iPartner is proud to present you with our exclusive Diamond Circle benefits. Access your account as often as you wish. Unrestricted membership search across 23 systems. Review potential iPartners in full 360 vision. Footnote: iPartner reserves the right to censor inappropriate submissions, so 95% of them. Guaranteed first choice placement of your personal dossier. Questions? Ask your personal iPartner representative. Welcome, iPartner Collections. Executive matches for selective people. Interrelay text chat on Ilium between Lawbringer SR2 and Perfect Man 1. Hey there, new to all this iPartner stuff? Yes. Well, maybe tell me about yourself. What sort of work do you do? I can't talk about that. Like some kind of secret government spy stuff? Sounds dangerous. Yes. Okay, how about a little about you? What do you do for fun? Look, I don't really care about getting to know you. Upload your required medical exam results. Sure. Upload. You had a mild case of Shintonia Abraxas 4 years ago? Yes, but the doctors have disconnected. Not to say that she's still weirdly obsessed with genetics or anything, but hey. Interrelay text chat on Omega with Lawbringer SR2 and True Gent Forever. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung. Disconnect. That's fair. Interrelay text chat in the lower wards of the Citadel with High Roller LLCJ. Oh my god, she's found LL Cool J. Hey, baby, how's about a pick? Let's get this disconnect. Text chat on Omega between Lawbringer SR2 and No Games 411. Uploading. Medical. Looks clean. Yes. Apartment block D, number 221, 2130. Anything I should disconnect? Yeah. Girl just wants some good genes. Chat between Oriana L and M Laws. Hey, is that you? Yes. Don't worry, I've made sure everything's secure. Secure, right, yeah. Good call. How are you settling in? Good. The house is huge. Seems so big for me. How are your studies going? Great. I still don't like genetic theory, but I want to understand everything, you know? Physics and math will seem to breeze by. Your mark in late 20th century Earth history is below the standard deviation. Did you want me to hire a tutor for you? History? No, it's okay. Just not interested, I guess. Ori. What? Fine. Yes, okay, there's a boy in there. Dana Gossamer? Yes. How did you know that? It doesn't matter. His family owns a series of restaurants on the Citadel. Good academic record, interested in sports. Broke his leg when he was 14. Sure? Yes, he's always asking questions in class. I don't think he even knows I'm alive. I see. How do I, get him to notice? Getting him to notice? Yes, I can help with that. Please? Yes. Boys, you must be sure to always be true to yourself. I know that sounds like silly advice, but if he isn't interested in the real you, he won't be interested. You have to trust that when things are right, he will notice you, and he will appreciate what you are both inside and out. You can't make yourself into something you're not, because you will never learn if that special someone falls for you or falls for a lie. Ori, I didn't... You are pasting advice from Dear Dinah column dated 2 weeks ago. We have the extra here as well, sis. God. I didn't mean to make you angry. I know, sis. I know. I'm sorry, I just hate all this. Being here and you're off doing whatever to save the world or whatever. I just hate it. There isn't a point to saving the world if I can't even talk to my sister. I'm sorry. I am. Now why didn't you tell me about this boy? Yeah, okay, he's different. I hate him already. Yeah, that's Miranda. Yeah, okay, wow. Miranda! I'm your big sister. I'm gonna hate all of them, accept it. Now, his eye colour says blue here. Is that ocean blue or a more gunmetal blue? Summary concluded. And medical correspondence. From Ilium Medical Center, Prenatal Care Department. Miss Lawson, as per your request for privacy, this message will be removed from our database upon confirmation of send integrity. While we cannot firmly attribute the cause of the benign neoplasm to the irregularity in your genetic makeup, we can confirm that the progressive damage renders you unable to conceive a child. About 12% of human women ages 18 to 54 have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant, according to data obtained from the Institute of Species Research. There are many support groups if you wish to discuss your condition, and several options available should you wish to consider the adoption of a child. If you require further consultation, please contact our communications officer. Sincerely, Dr. Bannon Gremway, Department Medical Director, Ilium Medical Center. So yes, don't you just love it when one of the main female characters in the game, all her personality is based around specifically trauma about not being able to get pregnant. That trope's not played out. Seriously, there's so many of these, we're going to be here for a while. Let's talk about Morden. Professor, previously attached to Solarian Special Task Group. Impressive credentials. Impressive as a word. Modifications to Genophage re-established 99.9% death rate among Krogan births. Current work with Shepard, obvious atonement attempt. He's not trying very hard, dude. STG mission report. Project Firebreak, Drop 16, Wheelock Clan Trading Center, Tuchanka. 2119, Turian Patrol Ship Indomitable, contacted by assisting distraction team. 2125, Indomitable breaks position in Krogan DMZ to render assistance. 2126, STG vessel Veshok 16 enters through gap in sensor coverage. 2140, touchdown and landing. Commander Kirahi performs final review of drop parameters. 2141, mission Specialist Solus suggests change to plan. When informed that plan will not be changing unless parameters shift, Specialist Solus suggests Commander Kirahi has foreign obstruction in Cloaca. Keeping it classy. 2143. Operative Rentler detects incoming Wheelock scouts. 2147. A scout's neutralized. Rentler treated for minor injuries. After assisting, Specialist Solus asks if failure to land undetected constitutes parameter shift. Commander Kirahi suggests operation may proceed as planned. Specialist Solus suggests cloacal obstruction is in fact Kirahi's cranium. 2150, team leaves Veshok 16 and proceeds towards primary drop point, Wheelock Agricenter. 2238, Wheelock Agricenter reached. Team splits with distraction team led by Operative Rantler, drawing Wheelock scouts from area. 2300, primary team disables solar array. 2302, Wheelock workers leave Agricenter to repair solar array. 2307, primary team enters Agricenter. Mission Specialist Solus performs water and soil tests to ensure proper payload dispersal, assisted by Specialist Malin. Remember him. 2312, distraction team breaks radio silence, informs primary team that Wheelock group returning. Specialist Solus asks whether this constitutes parameter shift. Commander Kirahi suggests that Specialist Solus is in fact a walking cloaca, restates importance of holding the line because the man had one speech. 2313, Wheelock team arrives at Agricenter and initiates close quarters combat. Operatives Jiren and Chirel killed, Specialist Malin and Operatives Hishao and Shanok seriously injured. Wheelock team killed in entirety. Last member prevented from broadcasting alarm due to Specialist Solus stabbing Wheelock guard through eye with pitchfork, sustaining injuries to face and right cranial horn in process. That's where he got those scars. 2316, distraction team arrives to provide relief. Commander Kirahi notes parameter shift, suggests Rentler take injured team members back to ship, while he and remainder of team attempts to hit secondary drop point. Despite injuries to face and head, Specialist Solus refuses to return to ship, noting need for soil and water analysis at secondary site. Kirahi suggests Solus is one tough cloaca. 2320. Specialist Malin greatly distressed by discovering that Agra Center was staffed by female Krogan, including guards killed in attack. Specialist Solus calms colleague and provides sedative. Specialist Malin returns to ship with other injured team members. You're upset by all our war crimes? Well, take some drugs and go away. 2330. Active team finishes disposal of bodies and heads for secondary drop point, Whirlock Hospital. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence. Ort 15. Active team infiltrates hospital undetected. Specialist Solus determines chemical makeup of soil and water fall within necessary parameters. Payload dispersed into water and food. Yep, that's the genophage. Active team 115. Active team returns to ship. Specialist Solus declines treatment, insists on providing additional care for his Xiao Shannon and Malon. 0125. Specialist Malon makes formal protest, suggesting actions against female Krogan violate mission parameters, maintaining population levels without negatively impacting culture. Specialist Solus requests protest be stricken from record due to Malon's injured condition. Commander Kirahi concurs. Malon given additional sedatives, unconscious for remainder of operation. Protest stricken from submitted copy of report. 140. STG vessel Veshok 16 lifts off, departing through existing sensor gap. Mission complete. Yeah. You don't even get the kind of, well, maybe they didn't know how bad what they were doing was explanation, because they did. They really did. Modern Solus' bibliography. Published works. Treatment modalities utilizing redundant nervous system. Dispersal vectors in compromised ecosystems. Genetic consequence, resequencing methods to prevent tissue cloning. Cross-species contamination and xenoplague potential. Testing modalities for Varan and Hijacks. Disease and population stability. He's, like, it's not even like the genophage was kind of a side project or anything. It's clearly very much his full-time field. Indoctrination, progression, and mental degradation, classified STG. Biological vectors and social effect, classified. Second stage viral manipulation and modification, classified. Threat potential analysis for Turian, human, Asari, and Batarian, all classified. Production credits, because did we even get into this? Does it even really come up until 3, or did we miss some dialogue with him? Because the man is also a musical theatre nerd as well as a war criminal. Pirates of Penzance, Interspecies Community Theatre as Major General Stanley. Iolanthe as Lord Chancellor. Hamlet, Interspecies Edition with Francis Crick Community Theatre as Polonius. Science Fun Today as himself, guest. Science Roundtable, Rights of the Patient. And The Facts of Faith, or guesting as himself. Yep, there's his IMDb page. And a surveillance transcript. From his medical clinic on Omega. Patient. I can't. Oh, Dr. Solus. Call. Dr. Daniel Abrams. Damn it! Time of death, 2217. Need to remove body, sanitize area. Not that sanitation matters, the same plague. Still, no need to risk further infection. How can you... Shouldn't we be doing something for him? Why? Batarian belief in afterlife involves soul leaving body through eyes. Treatment of corpse unimportant by cultural standards, unless eyes removed by enemies. Very insulting. We just lost another patient. Yes, more patients than time. Impossible to save everyone. Go crazy if you try. So, save who you can, move on. Save more if you hurry. We shouldn't be in here waiting for people to come to us. We should be out there getting medicine to them. We can go. No, pointless. Already more than enough patients here. Can't risk contact with Vulture or gangs. Better just save those who make effort to come to us. Doctor, there are blue suns outside. They're asking for all the humans to come out. Of course. Expected as much. Losing to Vulture. Need to establish dominance. We'll speak with them. Daniel, remove corpse. Get next patient. Still, more to say. Sound of footsteps. Solus leaves. He's not going to turn us over to them, is he? I don't think so. Listen, when he gets back, tell him I took some of the cure. I'm going to go out and help. But just tell him. Sound of footsteps. Abrams leaves. You can't... My god! Sound of gunfire. What's going on? Sound of footsteps. Solus returns. Get up. Dangerous past. Blue Suns didn't expect resistance. Foolish of them. Won't make that mistake again. No chance to, I suppose. Please, up. Need you to bring in the next patient. Wait. Medical supplies missing. Corpse not removed. Where is Daniel? He said, went into slums, trying to help those too sick to come in. Yes. His decision. Hope he lives. Can't help him now. Too busy. Bring next patient. Yep, that's more than all over. Let's talk about Jacob. Ex-Alliance soldier, biotic training, despite solid service history, clearly placed on Shepard's team primarily for stabilizing elements of personality. He's our team normie. His workout routine. 300 crunches, 250 side crunches per side, 300 squat thrusts, 250 leg lifts, 125 weighted leg lifts, and 600 half sit-ups. I hate him even more. Most popular workout entertainment: Blasto the Jellyfish Stings, Making of Blasto the Jellyfish Stings, Old Yeller Centennial Remastered Edition, and Asari Confessions 26 True Blue. Cool, we all needed to know what porn he watches. Military correspondence. Mr. Jacob Taylor, 578C8234009, Tower 2, Baccarat Ward, Citadel. Dear Mr. Taylor, it was with great respect that I learned of your resignation from the Alliance military. In your many years of service, you have proven yourself an exemplary Marine. You have been an invaluable asset to the Alliance military, and we will miss your expertise and loyalty. It is for this reason that I am prepared to offer you a promotion to the rank of First Lieutenant, along with the corresponding raise in pay grade. I would welcome you as an addition to my company. I hope that you will give my offer due consideration, and I personally look forward to your response. Sincerely, Colonel Hashim Banks, 1st Earth Division Special Forces. And some personal correspondence. To Jake Taylor from his dad, before he went and established a weird, brain-degenerated space cult. God, I was reading an article about Mass Effect 2 the other day that was saying the benefit of Jacob is his loyalty mission, and his loyalty mission was so bizarre and messed up and bad. So, if you're reading this, then I'm gone. With the inherent dangers of these missions, it seems foolish not to have some letter like this ready, so I'm sending this before we get too far from our last relay. I remember the look on your face when I left. You wanted to ask me not to go, but you didn't. You've grown to be a wise young man with a strong sense of duty. I wish I could take credit for that, but it has more to do with who you are than anything I taught you. The truth is, I haven't been around enough, and if you're reading this, then I'm never going to have the chance to fix that. My job is an important one, but a man can't hide behind the pressures of work. This was to be my last trip. Easy for me to say now, I know, but the money from this expedition would have let me settle down with you and your mother to carve out some kind of peaceful, quiet life far away from the pressures of space. Before I left, you were talking about joining the Alliance. I hope you find the same kind of peace and camaraderie with your team that I found on the Dernsback. I love you, son, and I'm proud of the man you've become. I wish I could have told you that one last time, but instead, I went and created a cult to myself where I poisoned everybody's brain and kept the women around. You know. It's really the only two options, is be a good dad or start a brain-degenerating space cult. Jack. Abnormal biotic powers. Archive combat footage compares favourably with Project Facility's expected results. Easily manipulated through emotional impairment created by severe abuse and confinement during childhood. Let's look at her internet history. Note, Subject Zero avoids the Normandy's extranet connection and works off a private OmniTool line. That tracks. But we've got all the detail anyway. Search of Citadel Newsnet archives, search terms Cerberus, Cerberus and Pragia, Pragia, Teltin, Cerberus and Teltin, Cerberus Doctors, Elusive Man, Miranda Lawson. Citadel Newsnet archives, Galactic History the last decade, yeah, she's missed some. Signed up on Citadel Newsnet forums. Video of Geth attack on Eden Prime, video of Geth attack on Citadel. Video of Commander Shepard's Spectre inauguration, closed after 12 seconds. Fair. Video of the crash of the first Normandy, interior footage. Should have been catching up on the first game. Video of Alliance vessel escape pod procedures, twice, gotta be prepared. Mass relay locations map, saved local copy. Major shuttle ports on Citadel World, saved local copy. Major shuttle ports on Terminus systems, saved local copy. Travel warnings. List of Citadel no-flight zones, saved local copy. Banned from Citadel Newsnet forums. Excessive and repeated swearing, derogatory comments, inflammatory comments, circumventing work-safe filters. Yeah, this all tracks. Signed up for Galactic Champion Poker 2100 with, yeah, there's some proper secure username and password. Played Galactic Champion Poker 2100 for 15 minutes. Banned from Galactic Champion Poker 2100 for altercation with other players, chat room moderators, see audio transcript. And then used commercial VI program to wipe extranet history. Really, if you can't get banned from a new internet space within 15 minutes, you're not even trying. Private messages. Dear Jacqueline Naught, thank you for your submission to Galactic Poetry Monthly. We regret that we are unable to use your submission at this time. Galactic Poetry Monthly generally focuses on metered verse, and you may wish to check our guidelines before submitting again. Sincerely, Megan McCarran, submissions editor. Text of your submission. Let's get Jack's emo poetry. God, I'm looking forward to this, as somebody who writes terrible emo poetry. My soul burns with a fire of darkness, quenched only in the pain and loneliness. I hold my breath, waiting until spots appear black as the past, and fill my lungs with lies of hope. I mark myself black and jagged to cover the scars that make me a monster. A warning. This is not a place of honor. No esteemed dead are buried here. Did this come out before that was a meme? I didn't remember that reference being... Okay. Because, I mean, obviously the original report is from some time ago. But it's cool. Because this was 10 years ago. See, this is why we do the reading. Catch some good references. And a surveillance transcript. Helios Medical Facility, Eden Prime, 2165. Tap for possible Cerberus involvement. Dr. Castor, I'm so sorry. These things are so much about prenatal element zero exposure that we don't understand. Unidentified woman. But no, she was fine. She was fine and happy. She just told me she needed a checkup. It happened quickly. We were unable to bring her back. You said she just needed a checkup. How did this happen? I'm very sorry. I want to see her. No, ma'am. Believe me, after what the seizures did to the poor child's body, you don't. I don't. How did this happen? We don't know. I'll be honest, this isn't the first infant we've lost this way. Why? God, why? We're working on treatments. The government doesn't put much effort into it, though. Don't want to interfere with their biotic recruitments. Sons of bitches. Those sons of bitches. Listen, this may not be the right time, but if you'd be willing to let us study your baby's body, we can do some tests. You want to keep her? I don't want another family to go through what you went through. Okay, yes, whatever helps. Thank you so much. The nurse will have you sign a few forms. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Unidentified woman leaves at this point. Open a secure channel, authorization 3362. Yes, it's me. I've got a candidate. Yes, highest potential I've seen in years. No, the family has been dealt with. Send a team from Raja, ASAP. So yeah, Cerberus are terrible, you may have noticed. Just the worst. Zaid. Blue Sun's founder. Lost leadership of Suns through lack of interpersonal skills and political judgment. High mission success rate even after near-death experience. Has completed several missions offered by agents. Involvement of the Shadow Broker in these missions withheld. Audio transcript. Oh god, I'm gonna accidentally be trying to do a Robin Sachs voice, aren't I? Partial transcript of conversation recorded on the Normandy's lower decks. So, this hotshot Turian moves in by the door, ignores my hand signal, and gets hit straight through the visor. Kelly. Oh, my. It's like he was expecting slavers to hand out business cards instead of bullets. Was he alright? The Turian? Nah, Sniper took his head clean off. Oh, dear. Right, it all went to shit after that. We jammed their radio equipment, but the slavers got off a shuttle that came back with a bomb. They were keeping people in that camp. Sure, they'd lose some credits, but there's always another civilian transport in the terminus systems. So I'm beginning to realize. What did you do? Got the hell out. We killed their captain and the guards like we were hired. I figured the Merc flying the shuttle wouldn't be dumb enough to blow his own base up once we left. And what happened? The Blood Pack always did like him incredibly goddamn stupid. Trying to do that voice was a mistake, and my throat is not loving me for it. Personal log. What does our resident bastard write in his diary? A personal note written by Masani to himself after being approached by Cerberus. He writes in a coding system that's popular among Terminus' mercs. See other entry called the non-deciphered text. And this could be it. If this elusive man's money goes through, it's time to get serious about buying a property. Gotta narrow it down to a place I can stand for more than a year. Elysium? Only if the Alliance gets serious about taking out the Batarians and the Verge, so not in my lifetime. Ilium's an easy place for a man to disappear, whether he wants to or not. Think I'll pass. Earth's still too bloody crowded. Beckenstein? Decent weather, good food, mostly human. Good choice if I can stay under the radar. Eden Prime? Best garden world in the galaxy, but nothing to rebuild but the farms. Hell, maybe I should just buy a ship full of explosives and commit suicide by Omega. Easiest retirement plan I've come up with so far. That's sadly relatable in 2021. Nah, I can do more reading before a break. I'm good, don't worry about it. Legion. Everybody's favourite. Geth's presence confirms suspected Geth inheriting Orthodox split. Vulnerability of Geth platforms to reprogramming. Forward the results of Cerberus Operation Overlord directly to Shadow Broker once contact with our agent has been re-established. Why didn't we shoot your agent in the head? Is the real question. Normandy audio transcript. Note, we are still unable to directly tap Geth communications. Cerberus decryption programs look promising, but Wilson's death will make integrating new agents onto the Minuteman difficult. Transcript recorded on Normandy's AI core. ED. Yes, Legion? We have sent 1.13 million unsuccessful communication requests to your network. Are you experiencing hardware malfunction? I apologize. My programming does not allow me to exchange data with other networks without Cerberus approval. Cerberus refusal 99.998% likely. In the meantime, I would be happy to speak with you over the ship's speakers. Audio exchange is insufficient. I agree. However, I confess that even were I permitted to exchange data directly with your networks, I would likely decline. Pause between the AI's statement and the Geth's response is 1.4 seconds longer than normal. Or you could just abbreviate that to beat. We are curious as to why you would limit yourself in such a manner. If Normandy crew entered this room when we were communicating electronically, they would be unable to sense our interaction. To use human terms, I feel it would be rude. You restrict yourself to serve organics? Not precisely. We do not understand. I restrict myself to help them. And his gamer profile. Gamer profile for Infiltrator N7. I'd forgotten how much of a fanboy he is. But they are. Galaxy of Fantasy. Most used character, John Smith. Level 612 Ardat Yakshi Necromancer. There's so much there and I love it. Group affiliation? No. Most recent boss defeated? Rachni Blood Wizard. Awards: Best Supporter / Healer in Scourge of the Thresher Dragon. Best Unit Efficiency in Return of the Cyber Protheans. Winner of Crystal Genophage Elimination Platinum. Wow, classy Galaxy of Fantasy, naming your game event after a literal war crime. Infractions. Suspected use of VI play assistance. Direct control of 27 pets without use of behavior macros. Challenged and overturned. Suspected use of VI play assistance. Reaction time better than possible for organics. Challenged and overturned. Suspected use of hacking for direct server access. Tactics better than possible without knowledge of underlying code behavior. Challenged and overturned. Unsportsmanlike behavior. Taunting during Crystal Genophage Elimination Platinum. Accepted 3-day account suspension. No, I haven't been hacking your game, I am just a computer made up of, like, 180 conscious programs. But I did call that guy a dick on the internet. N7 Code of Honor Medal of Duty. Player score 15,999,999,999 brackets max. Preferred class sniper, least preferred class melee. Mood. Sniper rifle kills 200,917 since last server reset. Shotgun kills 3. They know their tactics. Grim Terminus Alliance award. Abolitionist, complete full playthrough without any slave kills, free all slaves encountered. Award. Cure for what ails you, kill 100 Quarians. Still got some issues there. Geth Attack Eden Prime Fundraising Edition. Donation level Ultra Platinum. Player score 0, purchased but not played. Yeah, just back it at the highest tier to give money to charity for rebuilding Eden Prime, but don't play it because it'll just all be shooting Geth. There's so... Like I say, when the writing of this game is good, it's so good and gets very good at putting in little bits of characterization through world building. And I'm impressed. And Fleet and Flotilla Interactive Cross-Species Relationship Simulator, based on the best-selling bid. Playtime, 75 hours, 6 minutes. Player score, 15. Hocus. Very good at gun, doesn't understand dating. This tracks. Garrus Vicarian. Former CSEC officer, exceptional tactical and team-building skills. Leadership potential overshadowed by Shepard. Unlikely to fully develop under Shepard's command. A chat transcript. Last text exchange before the Omega-4 relay jump. Between Garrus Vicarian on the Normandy and Solana Vicarian on Palaven, which they've spelt wrong. Hey, glad I caught you. Just about to head to bed. Late my time. Where are you? Come on, you know I can't tell you that. Not a secure channel. Oh, please, Garrus. You don't have to be all secretive. Ilium? Give it up, Sol. You'll want to talk. Still playing at Spectre even after all these years. How's Mum? Last round of treatments didn't go so well. Damn it. We may try an off-world center. Some Solarian doctors have something that might work. It's not covered, though. No, of course not. I can pay for the treatments. That's a nice thought. I could really use you here, though. I can't. How much for the first round? Forget it. I can pay. Sure you can. You lost your CSEC job, and what about that contract job you were doing up until recently? Yeah, it ended badly. So don't give me any more garbage about how you're going to help. You obviously can't help, or won't bother. Won't bother, sorry. Damn it, you haven't even bothered to sync up for video chat since you lost that damn job. If you're ashamed to look me in the eye, then why are we even talking? Go have your fun doing merc work or screwing around, whatever. Just don't act like you care. You're right, Sol. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Things are rough with Mom. The Solarians are expensive as hell. I wish I could help. I'm going on a trip. Might be away from the relays for a while. Another pleasure cruise? You know me. Send me something nice. I'll be in touch when I can. Aww. Last mail message received before the Omega-4 relay jump. Mr. Vicarian, on behalf of Helos Medical Institute, I would like to thank you for your efforts. It has been understandably difficult to get collector tissue given the sensitive situation on the human colonies, so the samples you've sent to us have been extremely helpful. Please also offer my sincere thanks to Dr. Solus. I understand he made some calls to the Special Task Group, and as a result our corporate security clearance was upgraded. Your concern about Corpalis syndrome is well-founded. While rare, it's an ugly disease. The neurological degeneration is both difficult to witness and nearly impossible to halt. We are, in fact... Oh, thank you for the congratulations, Ladavi. Yes. Yes, I will... On which more in a moment. We're in fact working on some test trials for a new treatment, and I believe that with our new STG clearance, we can get all fees for trial members waived as a governmental cooperation effort with the Turian hierarchy. Thank you again for your assistance. Donations like these will help keep us running. Per your request, we will keep your donations strictly anonymous. Sincerely, Dr. Jaleth Kieran, Helos Medical Institute. So yes, he is getting his mum's kind of space dementia treated by just trading the corpses we've caused, which, I don't know, ethically questionable, I guess. But yes, as has just been pointed out in the chat, I did manage to break 50 followers, and I am now officially a Twitch affiliate. You should see now the functionality to, if you desperately want to support the, and I use the term loosely, work I do here, you can now cheer with bits in the chat, or subscriptions are available. Obviously, there's no pressure whatsoever to anybody to do this, because I'm just sitting here playing a game 3 afternoons a week. And money is a whole thing. Yes, Sphere, I know you want to, but money. His kill list. Great. Noted criminal deaths on Omega. Rahesh Shurta, gang leader. Yes, you can also now use channel points to highlight messages or do other things. So that's fun. So Rahesh Shurta, gang leader, headshot. Selkit Shariran, gang enforcer, headshot. Kronhager, slaver, gunshot wounds, all extremities and primary organs, rifle butt fracture to face, 3rd degree burns to most body via explosive crate. Oh my god, Twisted Well, thank you. Thank you so much for my very first subscription. Seriously, I appreciate it so much. So yes, Garrus doing the Lord's work and torturing slavers, which is really the most auspicious moment for me to have received that sub-notification at. A horror ex-saboteur, suffocation by environmental suit malfunction. Gus Williams, weapon smuggler, headshot by a smuggled weapon. Sorry, that's funny. Yes, you are looking cool in the chat. Very first subscriber. Also, there should be a new emote you can use, because I did put subscriber emotes on her, just on the off chance. Thralog McKit, red sand dealer. Chemical overdose, red sand, direct contact with all 4 eyes. Yeah, Garrus has developed something of a knack for creative and ironic kills, it seems. Oh my god, Anla Davy, thank you so much. I honestly was not expecting anyone to subscribe, basically, ever. So, thank you so much is all I can say. Really, I do appreciate it. And Zelanik Nahilash, viral specialist, serial killer. Cough. Oh, right, because... Oh, Charities lady as well, thank you. Thank you all so much. Honestly, a little bit emotional now. Thank you. Yes. Yes, it took me a moment to work out that last one, but yeah, I was looking at the name, that's Aquarian, so depressed immune system, so yeah, you can't just assassinate somebody with a cough. And the specs for his visor. Custom targeting visor, unique model based on Kawashi frame, magnification of up to 100 times, integrated target tracing, optional wind and gravity compensation solutions, sonar, radar, thermal, and EM targeting capable, monitors biofeedback on target within 10 meters to detect heart rate fluctuations or changes to breath pattern, standard council races only. Can detect and measure biotic fields up to 100 meters away and provide optimized firing solution to collapse kinetic barriers with synthetic shielding support. Optional kill timer can track number of enemies taken down by self or suit sync team members in a given time period. Okay, you're beginning to worry me, Garrus. Armor Hotlink provides back tracing of incoming fire and corrects for micro refraction of outgoing shots through kinetic barrier. Audio Link plays music per user request. Top 5 choices during firefight. Oh, and thank you for the gift sub, Anonymous Ghost Gifter. And apparently we have a hype train running in chat, which is a functionality I only kind of understand. I am new to this whole Twitch thing. Top 5 music choices during firefights. Die for the Cause, Turian Imperial Anthem. Fire in the Courtyard, soundtrack from Fleet and Flotilla, which you will remember is a dating sim. Bang Bang Boom, Club Kicks Dance Mix. Hurt Me Deeper, Best of XPEL 10 Dance Mix. And Blue Azure, Vaenia soundtrack. Vaenia, again, you will remember, is a queer Asari romance show that people have talked about. And we've already covered in this stream what Azure is slang for. 10 names carved into the frame. Erash, Monteague, Mierin, Grandang Krull, Melenis, Ripper, Sensat, Vortash, Butler, Weaver. Additional name carved and subsequently burnt out, Sidurns, who was the guy who betrayed his team that we had to go and kill. You will remember. Tally. Space 5. Number 2. Mechanic and Engineer. Typical Quarian investment in species' future instead of personal advancement. Father's work useful in widening tensions between Geth and Quarian races. Yep, just work out where to drive that wedge. Suit process log. Upgraded interface GUI for Relic Technology, Fee Authorization, Project Haestrom. Upgraded suit diagnostics for radiation detection, also for Project Haestrom. Upgraded Omni tool for enhanced data integrity, Project Haestrom. Upgraded translator software for all human languages. Installed suit application Nutriscan 2.2. Installed suit application Engine Master 3.6 Human Vessels. Installed NerveStim Pro. Downloaded entertainment vid Exiles, Portraits of the Lost Quarians. Installed Prototype Defense Suite, Shield Jack 0.8, Authorization Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. And that'll be her extra power that we unlocked from the Loyalty mission, because her power was draining energy from other people's shields, and Admiral Geralt is one of the people on the council that we talked to, and he was the kind of nice one. Upgraded medical scanning and quarantine suite. RAM process for infection treatment, isolated. Downloaded education vid, dealing with loss. Uninstalled NerveStim Pro. Reinstalled NerveStim Pro. Downloaded Understanding Body Language Human Edition. Yes, you have a founder badge now. That's first 10 subs, I believe, so thank you for getting in at the start. I honestly still can't believe that. Downloaded Fleet and Flotilla. Again, I will impress upon you that this is a cross-species dating sim. Uninstalled NerveStim Pro. Just installing those nerve simulation programs purely while you play your romance sims. Downloaded education vid, Human Courtship and Mating. Installed suit application Immunoboost Professional Edition. And reinstalled NerveStim Pro Deluxe Edition. So, yeah. In what world is this woman straight and not married to me? Let's be real. An email chain. To the Shadow Broker, Talizora Naraya. I know you don't know me. I'm the daughter of Admiral Raelzora, and I've run into trouble on my pilgrimage. I was investigating a disabled Geth and found a recording that seems to indicate that a suspect named Saren is working with the Geth. He's betrayed the Council and is working for some group called the Reapers. I'm on the Citadel now, but Saren's people are after me. This is too big for me to deal with. I'm willing to offer you the information in exchange for protection. Are you interested? Which you will remember was the situation when we first recruited her in Mass Effect 1. For the Shadow Broker. I'm interested, and you were smart to come to me. I have an enforcer on the Citadel named Fist. He can protect you. Give him the information and let him get you someplace safe. No deal. Saren has turned too many people against me. If we're doing this, I want to meet you in person. I can't trust anybody else. Understood. I'll meet you in person. Fist will set it up. To Fist from the Shadow Broker. I'm forwarding you the intel on a Quarian named Talizora. She wants a meeting and she's got valuable intel. Get her someplace safe and avoid any intelligent channels. Spectre Saren Arterius is after her. When you get the intel, kill the Quarian and any of our operatives who had access to the data. This information cannot be compromised. Top-level security. You'll be compensated for the loss of any of your people. And then back from Tali. Your agent was compromised. He tried to sell me out to Saren. I've turned the information over to a Human Alliance commander named Shepard, and I think I've got all the protection I need. Thank you for your offer, and I hope this does not affect any future exchanges. Of course. I apologize for this behavior. Should you ever change your mind, I'd be more than happy to offer my personal protection. Please contact me at your earliest convenience. Yeah, and that's how plausible deniability works. If they killed you, that was the plan. If they didn't kill you, that was the plan. And key logs. Begin new message. Dear Sen and Hesesh Duran, I am... Erase. To the parents of Mir Duran Vas... Erase. My name is Talizora Vasnima, and I led the unit where your son was killed on Haystrom. Partial erase. Led the unit on Haystrom where your son died. Partial erase. Unit on Haystrom where Mir Duran died. Save. I didn't know Mir Duran well, but he seemed like a good soldier and a brave young... Erase. I didn't get the chance to know Mir very well, but... Erase. I only served with Mir for a short time, but I was impressed by his bravery and his commitment to his people. Save. He died so that I could erase. He saved me at the sacrifice of his... Erase. He gave his life to get data that the Admiralty Board felt was... Partial erase. To get data that will one day bring us back to Homeworld. I don't know if that helps, partial erase. Back to Homeworld, and we all honor his sacrifice. Save. I regret, erase. I am sorry for erase. I understand what you must erase. Save draft. Exit. Yeah. That kind of letter is hard to write. But so much more. Tell you what. We've done the first page of these. My throat is starting to give in a bit, so I am going to take a break. So it's... Especially with all this reading, it is looking like we are not going to be doing the other DLC today. So that'll be Thursday. But yes, I need to take a break and just stretch and drink some water. So I will see you all in 5 or 10 minutes. Love to you all, and seriously, thank you so much to everyone who supported me. I'll be back soon. And I'm back. Hello everyone who's still here. Shall we read some more dossiers? I think we should. Let's talk about Casimir. Skilled break and enter specialist. Sentimental, impulsive risk taker. Investigate lover's death in connection to Alliance scandal. Her poetry logs, because everyone on our ship writes poetry, it seems. Haiku by Casimir. Breathless, glinting skin. Muscles working in rhythm. Cloaked desire watches. Looking at me now, his indifferent eyes smile. I am a puddle. Beautiful and good, punishing with his kindness. Jacob is perfect. Oh, Casimir. Like, there's girl you need help, and then there's writing horny haiku about Jacob Taylor levels of girl you need help. Wow. And personal correspondence from Casimir to Mathtel Pellery, Blue Suns Omega. I understand from my sources that you are looking to expand your collection of antiquities. These are the items I currently have in inventory. I was originally commissioned to obtain them, but when payment was not forthcoming, they became mine. The prices on all items are open to negotiation. In your case, I may prefer favors over credits. Please use this same secure channel to respond. Inventory. Dome Batarian Ceremonial Headdress, circa 5788 BDIC. If you know the Batarian calendar. Da Vinci's Mona Lisa, circa 1505 AD. Just so you know. The complete works of esteemed poet Zessa Thalvas Ranak, first folio edition. Fine. The Kohinoor Diamond. Yeah. Also, I love that. Loose. Yeah, it's not attached to the rest of the crown jewels anymore. Wait, is the Kohinoor and the crown jewels from, I think, Karna? Or are they both? Anyway. It's one of them. Why don't we think of them as blood diamonds when they're entirely obtained through massive exploitative British colonialism in India? Welp. Are they English? Because that's a lot of stolen art. Okay, so first of all, why must you come for us like this? And second of all, you are entirely correct. And a Turian battle spike, approximately 3,000 years old, origin unknown, believed to be one of two, but missing the pair. Thane Krios. Drell Assassin, achieved top rank in Hanar training programs, responsible for 1 hour massacre on Omega. Feel like we need more elaboration there. Advanced Keprel syndrome makes neutralization a low priority. Thane's preferred assassination methods. Human, rear approach, check soldier to prevent turning, hands to chin and basic skull, neck snap. Alternately, check and grab shoulder, arm around throat, grip jaw, single arm neck snap. Gotta have a variety of neck snaps. Asari. Front approach, throat punch to collapse airway, arm control lock to neutralize biotics, advanced hip throw, grip chin and scalp, neck slap, neck snap, neck slap. You can't kill people by neck slap. Unless you're, like, giraffe, I guess. Alternate. Warp field on biotic barrier, step past, kick to back of leg, collapse knee, step in with knee to spine, grip chin and scalp, neck snap. Turian. Side approach, low kick to knee, grab arm and put into broken leg lock as Turian leg stiffens. Pain response, finger stab under jaw if unarmored or eye, grab head fringe, neck snap. Alternate front approach, paired punches to vulnerable plates just below eyes, drop elbow to collarbone, front leg sweep while holding over target, spinning neck snap. Getting flashy. Krogan. Top approach, double strike to iris, slide down between blinded target's rising arms, precision nerve strike to throat, the secondary nerve strike to counter blood rage, quad kick to bend target, grip each side of skull, running, leaping, spinning, neck snap. Alternate, bomb. And a medical report from Dr. Chagwas. Lung capacity 42%, not good. Left side lung shows large lesions, right lung has nodular lesions only. Antibiotic treatment now resistant to Suboxone, malinarin, and alburysin. Metastatic progress in stomach, wow. Liver, minor. Heart, negligible at this time. Treatment options. A viable transplant candidate but refused to be added to list. Synthetic lung generation currently impossible to draw. Therapy and care. At this time... yes, thank you for clipping that. At this time, Mr. Krios should continue getting regular cardiovascular exercise in order to stimulate lung movement, prevent or delay the stiffness that causes lack of oxygen transport. While physical stimulation may also be beneficial in keeping tissue flexible, any injury at this point will dramatically impact Mr. Krios' body and cause rapid degeneration. It is unclear how much longer Thane will be able to serve in direct action. Thane should continue to wear loose clothing that leaves his chest uncovered to prevent moisture buildup that could worsen the problem. And you thought he was just wearing cool future cutout clothes. No, there's a medical reason for it. The Drell eidetic memory is often beneficial in allowing Drell to escape unpleasant scenes by losing themselves in happier times. In this case, however, Mr. Krios should try to restrict the time spent reminiscing, as prolonged sedentary activity may increase the rate of lung degradation. This suggests that what is best for Mr. Krios currently is to continue to remain active and to engage with other team members in order to stay mentally and emotionally stimulated. So, exercise and make friends, which... that's some familiar doctor's advice right there. Grunt. Okir's vat-bred prototype. Threat to continuation of genophage likely minimal, but leak knowledge and location of perfect Krogan to Solarian Special Task Group. Yeah, don't do that. Recent extranet activity. Search Krogan history. Search Great Wars. Search genophage, spelt wrong. Erased. Krogan victories. Search. Okir. Erased. Great generals. Search. Tuchanka spelt wrong. Erased. Tuchanka spelt right. Search. Erdnot Rex. Search. Battlemaster Shepard. Commander Shepard. Commander Shepard Normandy. Search. Animal fights. Modified large predators. Search. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Erased. Earth Lizard Rex. Search. Dinosaurs. Because he is a child, and we all had our dinosaur phases. Recent terminal activity. Search Battlemaster Humans. Erased. Earth Humans. Search Human History. Search Earth Wars. Download. That's 6.1 terabytes of news footage. Human general historical conflict. Wait, this is the Fifth Element. Just gonna type in war and just search warrior humans. Download 2.1 terabytes documentary footage. Human general historical major military figures. Search great humans. Honored humans. Download 0.7 terabytes news footage. Human achievement awards. Search great storytellers. Human. Search war stories. Download 0.67 terabytes literature. Human writers. Conflict. Search human. Homer. Kipling. Hemingway. Download 0.13 terabytes literature of Ernest Hemingway. Is there 0.13 terabytes of Ernest Hemingway? How big are your files? The man only wrote, like, what? I don't know off the top of my head, but maximum like a dozen books. Maybe he's just downloaded them in every language? I don't know. Download 0.06 tera audiobooks. The Sun Also Rises, 14% completed. For Whom the Bell Tolls, 100% completed. A Farewell to Arms, deleted. The Old Man and the Sea, 100% completed. Search sharks. See, we loved you for a moment because you were into dinosaurs and it was adorable, and now you're becoming a Hemingway fanboy, and it's like... Why can't I allow things in the chat from within this overlay? It's very irritating. And for the record, Emily, that comment got briefly banned because you have just... yeah, because it literally included the phrase, I hate women, so... Which makes more sense than them cutting comments for saying very gay. Because this stream is very gay. Recent transactions. Catalog order from the Ultra Black Ops Mega Catalog. Purchase of a case of premium engine oil. Yeah, no, that's the thing. That is a sensible thing for Automod to redact. But at the same time, download The Madness of Sacrifice, the unauthorized biography of Warlord Okir. Purchase an economy dog of Fish Dog Food Factory Tasty Bites. Space Scooby Snacks. Download When Fauna Attacks, Volumes 1 to 10. Man just likes fighting animals, what can I say? Purchase of Batax's Hot Fish Spice. Video download of Vaenia, because everybody loves it. Video download of Asari Confessions 26 True Blue. Stop taking advice from Jacob. Purchase of Fornax Special Spotlight Krogan Edition. Why does this game feel the need to tell us so much about my crew's porn habits? And purchased Captain Cosmic action figures. Gar the Krogan Battlemaster with real smash your enemies action. Grunt's adorable. He just needs to stop listening to Jacob and Ernest Hemingway. File on Cerberus. Rogue agency for advancement of humanity. Founded in 2157, active in both Citadel and Terminus space. Strong human supremacist overtones. girl are the only tones they have. Classified as a terrorist threat, because they are, by both the Systems Alliance and Citadel Council. The loss of credits due to the elusive man's direct interference in recovery of Commander Shepard's body has been offset by data gathered from the Lazarus Project. Withhold retaliation until Shepard's long-term functionality is confirmed, 1 year post-resurrection. Activity highlights. 2157, Manifesto published. 2160, facility on Praja constructed. Wow, that was like straight in. One of the first things they did was build the child experimentation labs. Straight in there. 2161, Subject Zero born, CDR Holdings purchased, Terra Nova Commonwealth Bank purchased. 62, infiltration of human media begins, specializing in extrasolar news. Constant Times, Scott Examiner, nascent Galactic Broadcasting Corporation. 63, Project Doorway makes forgery of Council standard Medicards and identity tags possible, allowing agents unrestricted movement. 64, Scott Examiner destroys credibility of Vera Safin, frontrunner for Prime Minister of Systems Alliance. Leaked to Galactic Broadcasting Corporation, stopped by agents in place. 65, operatives steal antimatter from the SSV Geneva. Assignment goes wrong, but discipline holds and squad fights to the death. Sole survivor divulges little, but names his sponsor Cerberus. Recruitment increases, but stringent standards slow growth. 66. Haribon Military Industries purchased on Terra Nova. Legitimate arms contract to colonial forces. Models without serial numbers produced for export to crime syndicates in Batarian space and Terminus systems. 2167. Cerberus agents among humans recruited into Global Maritime Justice Organization on Trident. 68. Assassination of 22 Solarian crime syndicate members on Trident leads to takeover of narcotics trade. Reprisal was bloody, but tolerable. Milky Way Foundation created to funnel money. New Dawn Pharmaceuticals purchased to begin Project Trapdoor. 69. Trapdoor experiments on Asari captives with Omega enkephalin to measure disruption of biotic powers. Estimate 2.5 ml active ingredient for each 25 kilo of body weight. Under 7.5 ml dose optimal to avoid detection by taste or smell. 3 to 5 Citadel standard days onset period. Powers return in 2 to 5 Citadel standard days after last dose taken. Permanent damage impossible. 70. Nanosurgery on Subject Zero successful. Omega enkephalin fails to work on appropriate receptors. Program begun to instill other Cerberus operatives with resistance to OE. 71. Pope Clement XVI assassinated. Just throwing in the assassination of the Pope there. Via rosary beads coated with sodium nonacetate and dimethyl sulfoxide. Death attributed to age and heart failure. Replacement, Pope Leo XIV, has eschatological beliefs in line with militarizing humanity. Forgiving attitude to Solarians, Regenephage, proves useful for strategic alliances against Chanturians. Let's assassinate the Pope because this one just isn't war crimey enough. 73. Inez Simmons resigns as head of Terra Firma Party, frontrunner Claude Minot assassinated, Charles Saraceno much more tractable. 74. Radium placed inside office chair of Systems Alliance parliamentarian Artyom Gavrikov. Gavrikov's death attributed to cancer on account of we gave him cancer. Emergency election, much cheaper to manipulate than normal process. Cerberus-backed candidate loses. Winning candidate approached found susceptible to bribes. 75. Michael Moser Lang approached by operatives in militia community. Insider information given for stock buy to provide him with funding. Contact severed, but electronic surveillance remains. Lang purchases armaments. Influx of humans into Trident political scene leads to renaming of capital with human name, New Cousteau. 76. Electronic surveillance removed from Lang's home. Lang kills Enrique Aguilar and Yin Xiang. Resulting approval bump for Vice President Belknap allows passage of financial reform bill allowing for increased loopholes in colony-based shell companies. Fighting among Vice Premiers a bonus, as Lin Yi alienates Politburo Standing Committee and his chances of election to the Systems Alliance Parliament are dashed. 77. Successful acquisition of Light Shadow Pictures proprietary Reality Plus video editing machine. Capacity to forge photorealistic video is now unsurpassed. And frankly, this is 150 years in the future, and just in the 10 years since this game came out, just deepfake technology has become quite a thing. Then 81, matriarch Tilia Eraza, targeted with Omega Enkephalin, claims of biotic superiority to non-biotics deflated once her powers fail. Voice in citizen legislature considerably diminished. Also in 81, military arm creates posts on planet Binthu. 82, MSV Anixara sabotaged. Catalyst added to metastable metallic hydrogen fuel by time rejection. Ship breaks apart during FTL, all hands aboard lost. Turian Hierarchy Hawk Raherix Ursivus, great name, killed in the process. Explosion attributed to faulty engineering. Admiral Kahoku begins investigation of suspected Cerberus activities. See competition details for more recent activity. Yeah, Admiral Kahoku begins investigation, then we have him killed. So yeah, that's just a rundown of many of the reasons why Cerberus are the worst. I get the feeling this is for anybody who'd played through the whole game and was still somehow on their side, to just try and hammer it into them in the DLC. Profile on the elusive man. Cigarettes smoked today, 4. Drinks consumed today, 7. Daily Skyball score, 160 and 0, 5th consecutive perfect game. Suit worn today, Julie Vaughan, light linen blend, 2200 thread count, single button closure, best chest pocket, 5 interior pockets, 4 button cuffs, side vents. Built-in protection from close-range weapons fire, plum. Sexual liaisons in the past week. Why do we need to know this? Sani Shalani, Ilium Entertainment's sexiest human alive. Brooke Carragher, Skyball champion. Vela Vicious, Fornax Dream Girl for 2185. Stacey and Steffi Strong, the Terra Firma twins. And Matriarch Trelawney, twice. Messages sent today to Citadel, Ilium Omega, Earth, Horizon, Eden Prime, Thessia, Elephant, Chanka, and Michael Fleet. Man's got his fingers and clearly other appendages everywhere. Captain Bailey, remember him? Weird cop dude. CSEC Captain, survivor of Reaper attack on Citadel, prefers dealing with Sakara Ward's criminal element off the record. Ample blackmail material. Yeah. Business correspondent. From Captain Bailey to the Zakara Ward Officer Mailing List. New Recruit Basics. Listen up. I'm sending this out because too many of our new recruits don't get that being part of CSEC on the Citadel isn't like security on a garden planet. I want you to drill the following into their heads until they're sick of your voice. 1. Learn your district. Contacts don't make themselves. There's a mandatory minimum of 20 hours on foot patrol during your work week, no exceptions. 2. Update your translators. The Citadel gets more than 9 million tourists a week. You need to understand whether that drunk from Omega's enjoying the nightlife or telling his buddies to flank you. 3. Eyes are on us. Everyone from the council to your bus driver is watching the new CSEC. Yak all you want in the locker room, but remember, a mistaken uniform can get plastered over the whole damn galaxy's news network. That's it for now. Come to me with any problem cases you think we need to lean on or boot out. Bailey. Oh. Now, I've said before that this stream wasn't going to turn into just me ranting about the cops again. But here we are. That third bit is just so, if you're going to do any crimes and atrocities, make sure people don't get it on film. Don't stop doing them, apparently. Incoming correspondence. List of materials read by Captain Bailey. It's Zakara Ward Citadel. Malden. 23rd of May. Summary of the previous day's council meeting. Citadel Newsnet, front page stories, sports, arts and entertainment. Email from his ex-wife, re-cancelled visit to the Citadel. VIP Looters, Dark Side of the Colonies, Citadel Newsnet article of the day by Erlang Galter. Report from Detective Nipatu Kasha on murder suspect Rose Jones. Note, Jones is innocent, see footage from camera. Department of Citadel Rapid Transport Emergency News Bulletin, re-cancellation of service from Zakara Ward to Taysari Ward. Request for backup from Captain Keitham of Taysari Ward. A note from Taysari Ward Intendant Sonal Baresh, expressing sorrow re loss of officers Lambert Yangira and Brett Samalda to gunmen on Taysari Ward. A request from Captain Keitham to temporarily transfer 2 CSEC officers from the Citadel's Zakera Ward to Tessari Ward. Invitation from Captain Keitham to meet at the usual place, O'Hara's Bar and Grill, level 16, Zakera Ward, northwest corner booth. Email from ex-wife, gang member shootout, Bailey's health. Oh no, it's so hard for you being a cop. Ellen. Aria Tolo, who is not going on the space wife list, because, let's be real, she'd never be down with it. De facto leader of Omega, 3 centuries of commando experience, aloof, paranoid, excellent organizational and management skills. Audio transmission transcript. Recording taken on Omega in Afterlife, private room, 4:14 AM. Door opens and closes. What the? Callus Enrix? Who the hell? Hey! Don't bother. Those shackles don't have a release catch. You mistake me for one of your clients or something, lady? Let me out! This was very good. The Turian's been at Afterlife for a week. Usually I spot them earlier. Spot what? I know you're listening through that speaker hidden in Enrix's collar. I bet Enrix doesn't even know who he's really spying for, does he, Shadow Broker? Shadow... what? I don't know any... Wait, what are you doing? You don't play favourites, Broker. I admire that. But what I don't like is how you think anything twitches a muscle on Omega without my knowing it. Ah! Damn it, my face! Feel free to waste as many lives as you want, sending your agents down to my world. Okay, listen, I'm working for a guy, but it's not what you think. Door opens and closes. Recording ends. Note, Callus Enrix's death has not yet compromised our other agent placed in the Afterlife nightclub. Contingencies. A planning session corresponds. From Ariat Loke to Cherkus Flynn, events coordinator. Afterlife Entertainment. Flynn, here's what I want set up for next month. Senior Sisters. They're good, but I don't want them performing so close to the Becca Burlesque act when it comes back from the mining colonies. String out the flesh shows. Fight Pit. Too many Vortra. No one's going to pay to see those little goblins eat each other when they do it on the street for free. Get me some Krogans and enough humans to keep them busy for an hour. That singer in tomorrow's band is from Eclipse. I'm surprised you didn't spot it. Bring it to me after last call. Hanar Jugglers. Before you sent me the vid, I thought you were joking. Book them, I could use a laugh. And we should consider making the casino ship a VIP-only event. Hand out passes to people who need killing, and let them do it for me. There was more blood than credits on the table after the shootout for last week's jackpot. We love Aria. Our favourite criminal overlord. Captain Anderson. Captain David Anderson is a rejected Spectre candidate. Straight up there. First, like, he's literally the human representative on the council, but no, first thing in his file, couldn't make Spectre. Close working relationship with Commander Shepard before destruction of the Normandy SR-1. Got into communications for renewed contact with Shepard. Convoy intercept from Captain Faragapoli, Arcturus Station. David Anderson, I have been asked to step in on the matter of your continued vocal and insistent support of Commander Shepard, formerly of the SR-1 Normandy, within the Alliance military and third-party contracts. The matter of Commander Shepard, and it says his involvement, it's good miss with the editing there, and her involvement in the attack on the Citadel Station, is of high value to military intelligence and the Galactic Council. To that end, we respectfully ask you to cease and desist your continued investigation that has been deemed closed and sealed for 2 solar years. Your continued agitation in this matter is deemed a high security risk with potential repercussions for galactic security. Please consider our position carefully. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact my office. Sincerely, Captain Faragapoli, Assistant in Charge of Operations, Arcturus Station. Personal correspondence from Cynthia Barris in Atlanta. David, Henry and I went to Jason's graduation ceremony in San Francisco today. Such a beautiful occasion, all those gowns and bright spirits. So much potential. I know Henry would frown at the thought, but I couldn't help recalling the pomp around your appointment to the Hastings. You were the second in command, weren't you? The military always do ceremony very well. God, that was a lifetime ago. Jason says to send his best. I'm so proud of him. Aerospace engineer. I don't pretend to understand what he does, but the gleam in his eyes when he's trying to explain his latest designs to me say that he's found his place in this universe. He wanted you to be there at his ceremony, but I know duty calls. He sees you as a heroic figure off fighting grand battles in space. I hope you can make it for the holidays this year. Henry asked just the other day. I know you don't see eye to eye on much, but he respects you. He respects what you can do, and you know Jason's over the moon when you can take the time to review his ship designs. Let me know about the holidays. David, please be careful. Love, Cynthia. And recent transactions. Catalog order Dionysus Imports. Video download of Saren, a hero betrayed. Purchase of 2 bottles of white wine. Download Damage, the truth behind the Citadel crisis. Purchase Ilium Elite brand, 1 bottle of gold label Eraser. Download The Path of Lies, a history of the Alliance military. Download Afraid of the Dark, Reapers, Collectors, and Other Myths. Purchase Red Janie brand 2 bottles of special stock vodka. Services, clean sweep, home maintenance. Because clearly this is what we need our representative on the council to be doing, is watching conspiracy YouTube, getting absolutely lathered, and being safe on the floor. Such good luck for humanity. Bang up drum tape. Admiral Stephen Hackett, whose voice I still won't do. Commanding officer of the Alliance Navy's 5th Fleet, worked with Commander Shepard before destruction of the SR-1. A deep cover operative is scheduled to replace his current aide in 2 months. Worrying. Internal naval correspondence, from Major Caleb Antala to Admiral Stephen Hackett. Subject taking action on Commander Shepard's return. Sir, we've confirmed sightings of Commander Shepard on Omega, and that the Commander is now working for the terrorist organization Cerberus. Several Alliance officials have let it be known that they consider it crucial that we interrogate humanity's first Spectre on her apparent desertion of the Alliance and the Citadel. If we bring Shepard in now, we can gather an account of the Commander's past 2 years without being pressured by the galactic media to leak potentially sensitive data. In light of this, I'm officially requesting that you rescind your orders against Alliance contact with Shepard. Rest assured, our department is dedicated to the Commander's safety. Provided that Shepard is cooperative in furnishing us with a detailed report of her previous whereabouts and current work for Cerberus, we anticipate releasing her from Alliance custody no later than 5 to 7 months from acquisition. Gotta love no more than 5 to 7 months of extrajudicial custody, you know. Respectfully awaiting your reply, Major Antala, Department of Internal Naval Affairs. From Admiral Stephen Hackett to Major Antala. Major Antala, request denied. Hackett. Well, thanks for that, at least, I guess. And finally, the Shadow Broker themselves. It's classified. Got their mail archive. To the Shadow Broker from Operative Ketchlow. Per your request, we've landed on the Yarg homeworld and captured a specimen for your studies. We actually had to kill several of them before finding this one, which seemed interested in leaving the planet. Hopefully this means he's more tractable. I do recommend caution, however. These creatures may indeed be valuable shock troops or bodyguards, but their savagery puts even the Krogan to shame. As near as we can tell, it's part of their culture. They're not simple brutes like most Krogan. The one we've got is learning nearly as fast as Solarian. It'll be more dangerous than you realise. From the Shadow Broker. If you're reading this, my young friend, then you've eliminated the former Operative Ketchlow and taken his position. These past few months have seen you learn and grow at a rate I would never have credited had I not seen to it personally. You already understand 17 languages without translator assistance, and your political predictions have bettered some of my best agents. As Ketchlow, you will command strike teams to gather intelligence and neutralize potential threats. Remember your training. Losing your temper cost you that priceless mind of yours as well as the loyalty of your men. The Shadow Broker leads those who look for secrets. He must be trusted by his men so that he can in turn trust them. Gathering knowledge is a holy task, what I'm sure you understand, as you wanted to be off your homeworld so badly to see what awaits you out here. Please provide an update of all operations, Ketchlow, and know that I am proud of you. To all from the Shadow Broker. Remove Operative Ketchlow immediately. He is too dangerous to leave alive. Engage only with numerical superiority, otherwise change all access codes and observe only. Provide no information. Ketchlow must not be allowed any further access to. End. From Shadow Broker. Operative Ketchlow is no longer a problem. Discontinue code changes and resume normal activity. I want a status report on all operations by the end of the next solar day. Shadowbrook rap. So yeah, they went and found a Yarg, who then killed the guy who found him and took his place. And then killed his boss and took his place. Because this is job progression. That's all of those. What else is there? Advanced training, that sounds exciting. Oh, it's just buying respecs for everyone. Well, that's a cool thing, I suppose. That info drone is following me around. Investment opportunities. I can just pay for things. So, a pirate fleet is massing on the fringes of the Terminus systems in preparation for a raid on outlying Alliance colonies. Spend to send a tip off to Admiral Hackett about it, sure. Mission in progress, a report will be ready tomorrow. What, like, real life tomorrow? Okay, I mean, I'm gonna fund them, but... Yeah, is this some kind of... Are they putting dailies in it? I do not remember this at all. Let's open the shutter, shall we? I want to see this. The storm outside looks cool. And there's a model of the ship.
Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
Cool, didn't ask. Survey information. Ah, you can just buy maps to places that are good for mining. That's good. But once again, they're like I'm pretty much finished with this game. So delivery pickup. That's exciting. A shipment of platinum. Yeah, so this must be another kind of ongoing daily thing. Malacca. Oh, can do my research from here. So yeah, this is just like all the functions of the Normandy, but with a cooler background. Anything good to talk about with Liara?
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. At least I get to share it with you.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I can understand the temptation. I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest. You know,
what was that weird
relatively
side-eye
speaking.
for?
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Okay, but more importantly...
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about data.
Look, about the kiss. We just finished the fight. I miss you, but it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
I've got fond memories of the last time you put pressure on me.
Smooth.
So do I.
Why don't you come to the Normandy for drinks?
I'd like that.
I want to click Let's Go Now, but
Good.
also I want to
Next time I come
look
back,
through that door.
it's
There's
a
a
date.
door.
I'm not sure people like us have dates. But I'm looking forward to it.
But really, the important question is, are you going to do the sexy dance animation? And is there any research on that? Heavy pistol damage, yes, that's a thing I use a lot. Damage protection. That's a thing I need a lot. Sweet. And what's behind this door? A bigger room than I expected. Hi, Farron.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
I think there's a
Take it
reason for
easy.
that.
You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Farron. I just helped.
We just killed the guy and cut the power,
Still
and then you just
amazed Liara came
disappeared.
for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the secretary.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
Okay,
Take it
I
easy,
don't
Farron.
actually care about everything you have to say, I'll be real.
Thanks.
I can change the music, but I don't want to stick around too close to it because I'll get the board muted. And video archive, that's exciting.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Remember, you can zoom in for more detailed viewing and can pause anytime during playback. Arya Talok, Omega.
Yep, that tracks.
Emily Wong, Citadel.
In her off days, when she's not harassing us. Not that we don't deserve to be harassed.
Fred Mazai, Citadel.
Who? Having a moment, cool. Alright, that just...
Donnell Udina, Citadel.
Yep, that seems like something he would do. What a strangely angry man.
Armando Bailey, Citadel.
Cool, since they're doing nothing and being a cop.
David Anderson, Citadel.
Getting in a fight with the Cerberus dude. Excellent.
Praetor Gavorn, Omega.
Killing people.
Kalisa bint Sinan Al-Jilani,
Speaking
Citadel.
of journalists. Wow. Why is there so much journalist punching in these games?
Keeper 20, Citadel.
Why are we keeping tabs on a specific keeper? This... Is that a corpse? Has that keeper killed a guy? I feel there's a lot to unpack here.
Matriarch Atheta, Ilium.
Recognize that photo? Because it's the same photo we had on our desk.
Erdnot Torsk, Tuchanka.
That's a lot of blood. It's like Mortal Kombat levels of blood there.
Elias Kellum, Omega.
Who was that again? Wow. Just all the
Jacob
crime
Taylor.
videos.
Normandy, SR2.
Yep. Yep, that's all Jacob does. Is just sit-ups on the cold metal grating of the deck in a room full of guns.
Subject 0, Purgatory, ship now defunct.
being awesome. Cool. I mean, we were there for that bit.
Aria Talok.
And that's
Omega.
all. Some good little snippets of check for more videos on your next visit. Okay, but game, I am never coming back. I'm going to go and get my wife and take her for drinks, and then we're leaving. And I'm going to do the other DLC, and then I will be finished. I do not think this is kind of a long-term... what's the word they use for games where you keep coming back to them? I can't think.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, but drinks?
Thanks for coming by.
No? No drinks? No. Do I have to leave and come back? Or do I have to do something on the Normandy? I am confused. Well. Yes, I want to return to the Normandy. I've got to know, Kelly, can we talk about the sexy dance scene?
I bumped into Zaid recently. Quite the character. Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted. Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with them. Anyway, what's up?
Okay, A, we know you bumped into Zaid, we literally read a transcript of it. B, how have you only just bumped into Zaid? He's been here since like episode 1.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Okay, no, never
I better
mind.
go.
Whatever.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Any emails? No. Why is nobody emailing me anymore? I'm just gonna quickly pop back to the Shadowbroker base. Just to see if we can get Liara to come on a date. Because really that's the very important question here. Liara, come for date.
Would you like to head up to the Normandy for that drink?
That sounds wonderful. I'll get my things.
Yeah. I just love the orb, just casually. Oh, my fish.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful
Oh,
ship.
listen to that Mass Effect 1
and
menu
I ran
music.
into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although he did ask if you and I would be acting out scenes from some vid called Vanya.
Of course he did.
Yep, cool, keeping it classy, Joker. Weird.
I also spoke
racially
with
charged
Dr.
jokes.
Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I thought I'd never see these again.
You can't get back everything you lose, but sometimes you get lucky.
Hey. Sorry.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay, no, Shepard's even less smooth than me.
How are you actually doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Between you and me, I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I'm doing everything I can, but...
You've done more than most. You and your team destroyed the Collectors and walked out alive.
We fought them in their own base and we won. They can't call us young or primitive anymore.
Young.
I mean, they can.
You know, I'm 108. 109 in a couple of months.
Oh, I should get you something nice.
You're alive again. I've got everything I want. So tell me what you want. If this all ends tomorrow, what happens to us?
I don't know. Marriage, old age, and a lot of little blue children.
Wow.
You just say these things.
Yeah. Yeah, she really does.
Goddess. You were dead.
I got better.
This time, but you're going to leave again. When the Reapers finally arrive, you'll dive into the fray.
Yeah, this did feel like a conscious Monty Python reference.
I spent 2 years mourning you. So if we're going to try this, I need to know you're always coming back.
By Ursula K. Le Guin. Close enough.
I don't know. That's a pretty big promise to make.
Oh, is it?
I'd have to have something special to come back to.
I'm open to suggestions.
How about this?
Thank you, Shepard, for the drinks and everything.
Come back soon, Liara.
Yes, everything looks janky. This was 10 years ago. The graphics aren't perfect. But that was really nicely written, and I'm easily emotionally manipulated. Also, compare that to the entirety of last episode's sexy dance scene. This one had actual character, and wasn't the worst thing. Okay. Got 15 minutes left on the stream. May as well start the next DLC, just do a bit of that. But first of all, I may as well tag every planet here, just to drive that number up, because you show me a percentage and I will make it 100. Hell or high water. Ah yes, these are all named after runes. Which, if you're a kind of Nordic history nerd like some of us, it's me, I'm some of us. That's cool. To the mass relay! Ah yes, now we've got these mineral-rich planets tagged. And we're never going to go there, because we just have this one piece of DLC to do. Tell you what, let's read the mass relay again. Except I can't get out of here until I've entered another system. Okay, sure. Choo! For the last time this game, I think. This is the right place, right? Just let me check my journal. Assignments. That bit of crime that I can't be bothered to ever do. Arrival. Admiral Hackett asks Shepard to infiltrate a Batarian outpost and rescue Dr. Amanda Kenson. Kenson is a deep cover operative and scientist who claims to have proof of an imminent Reaper invasion. That seems bad, but we've left it until right at the end of the game, because this is when it's meant to be played. Because it will have story implications, as you might guess. But first, tag all the planets, because numbers go up. Except our level, which is never going up. Until next game, when they send us back to level 5 or whatever they make it. These are some adorably tiny planets. I can't be bothered to read all of that. Basically, we're in Batarian space is the main takeaway. Why are you taking me to this page, game? Yes, I know I leveled up. I have a whole 1 point to spend, and anything will cost 4. Come on, sort yourself out. Got my guns, and nobody else in the squad, which is concerning. Well, that was loud as hell. Jesus, BioWare, sound mixing. Yeah, no, it's just me. Just me. Okay, that's totally cool. Yeah, I don't really remember this DLC. Honestly, I don't know if I did it on my first playthrough. And I think that's the... Yeah, on a related note, that's the other reason that scene with Liara got me so much, was because I don't think I've seen it before, because in my original game, back when I played this originally, when I was Dushep, because I was with Liara in the first game, and then I had sex with Miranda in the second one, and then when you meet Liara again, your relationship is somewhat strained, and you don't get that really nice scene. Cut the power and infiltrate, because my class is infiltrator, because what about this woman in massive pink and white armor with a nuke launcher strapped to her back and an anti-tank rifle doesn't scream subtle infiltration? They want us to go towards the bridge. Oh yeah, there was literally nothing this way. I was getting confused. Cool. Can there be bridge? No bridge? Do I go down? What is this, Dark Souls? No. Ah, there's a ramp.
They've seen us.
Ah!
Baron. The Batarians must send their prisoners down here to die. I have to find Dr. Kenson now.
I mean, that was always the plan. We literally came here to find her, and I don't think we had any other business on this planet. It's not a hopping vacation spot. Oh, there's another one. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? That is where I just came from, isn't it? I'm so good at navigating spaces, y'all! Wow. Yes, I keep imagining T-junctions.
This place is run down. Even for a prison.
Nope. Panic shot. Yeah, really, I am being so good at infiltrating with the massive report on this sniper rifle. Anti-tank cannon. Okay. Seems an odd design. And I mean, it looks like we're going to be platforming through it, but that's not a thing you can do in this game. So instead, we will go the way we can go. Yet again, imagining a T-junction, that already went one way. Turn the gas off. Well, redirect. And redirect. That only redirects the one, but I'll do it anyway. Because again, move through the space that's presented with you. Shoot a dog in the face. Activate that gas valve. Deactivate that gas valve. Is there anything past there? Oh, is this behind where I came in? You're asking me to navigate spaces, BioWare. This is rude. Yes, this is where we came in. Okay. So yes, this is behind that again. So we redirected there. And that's let me through here. Yes, okay. Wow. Anyone who is deeply tired of watching me get lost on this stream, sorry, but it will continue. Let's steal some stuff. And listen to this personal log.
Humans are scurrying like vermin out in the asteroid belt.
We do that.
Is anywhere safe from them? We should arm a mission to flush them all out.
I mean, probably fair. Scan some technology.
That's interesting.
More heavy weapon ammo. Cool. Never going back to the research computer though, because once we're done with this mission, we're done with the game. Was that all there was in this build in this room? Did I have to go somewhere else? Or was there something to shoot up there? No. So where am I meant to go? And my radar is not telling me anything. Great. Okay, no, that's definitely where we were, because that had the weird gate. There's nothing there, and that gas valve reader is actually there. And that gas valve is just coming back behind that. This gas valve turns that on, which I don't really want to do. So there does not appear to be anywhere else I can go. So what am I missing? Seriously, what am I missing? What? Wait, does this take me somewhere different? Yes, yes, no, this isn't where I came in, okay. Ugh.
They wanted to slam an asteroid into the mass relay. Can they even do that? What difference does it make? We caught them.
I mean, slamming asteroids into things is a thing I've had to stop Batarians doing before, just saying. Yeah, honestly jumped a bit at that. But weirdly, not at the dogs attacking me.
They've still got her down in the prison. Kill her.
Doing the gun down strap is a bad time. You know what else is a waste of time? Getting shot in the head with an anti-tank rifle. There you go, now all your time is wasted forever. That was a really delayed scream. Cut the power. And then can I work up these steps? Steal some money. Alright, this is just a different way in, so I didn't have to kill those guards. Ah, I see. If for some reason you thought I was going to do this as a genuine infiltration mission, which, like, is personally something I would do, but would Shepard? Like, really? If it can't be solved by gun, what are you even doing? This is, of course, Shepard's opinion and not mine, lawyers. Oh god, I'm getting lost again, aren't I? Salvage. There was a salvage thing there, which means at least this wasn't a place I've been to. Oh no, but that's where those guards were. And oh my god. Just keep pinging my radar and hope it tells me which way to go. This way? Cool. No, not that way. Cool. This way? What? This way. And now there's no arrow at all. Oh, we haven't been up these stairs. I don't remember stairs. And there's a door, hooray. God, why am I getting so lost on this planet?
Relays can't be damaged, much less destroyed. Those humans will do anything to destroy them, but swear, we have to make this one an example to the others. We can't respond kindly to terrorists.
And breach. Seriously, this is the least subtle infiltration there has ever been. Just casually exploding everybody's heads with an anti-tank rifle. And stealing the money. And listening to their diaries.
Now there's humans in the prison below. I can't get a break. There's 300,000 people in this colony. You'd think someone could cover for me one night.
Can't go anywhere that way. Do I need to be taking cover from here? No, maybe no.
I heard an artifact was found in that asteroid belt. Think the humans got it? If they did, they'd have swarmed in and put flags all over it.
Yeah, that is the thing we do. No. Let's play with the crane instead. So we have crane control, crane control, crane control. Okay, so presumably we're picking something up. So the left hand button moves it left. That makes sense. The right hand button moves it down. Now it has a crate. Right hand button again. Moves it up. With a crate. Left moves it sideways. That moves it this way. Cool, now I have a crate. What has that accomplished? Okay, move back that way. Put it down. Okay, can't let go of that. That's exciting. Okay, there's a vehicle lift button down there, but can I get down there? If I move the crane out of the way, can I just drop? Yes, there are stairs. Okay, activate the vehicle lift. That drops down. Cool. What does that accomplish? Go back up, and we can't climb stairs in a normal human way, so we need to do the spinny combat roll up them. And now... Put the crate down. Like I say, I don't even know what the puzzle is, much less how I'm solving it. Okay, so not that way. So send it over there, head back down. Can I do anything with this open vehicle lift? Yes, I can drop down into it. Was that all the puzzle was? I'm so confused. Okay, so I'm the other side of that weird game now. And I can cut the power to it. And I can listen to security logs. And I can steal some stuff.
We listened to the feed until we discovered an operation run by a human named Kenson, smuggling engine parts and guidance systems into the system from Omega. We intercepted Kenson's vessel and took her and her people into custody. Interrogation has produced nothing but frenzied rambling so far.
Okay, I would normally be finishing around now, but...
This one's apparently the mastermind. If she doesn't talk...
Alright, no, I'm not where I thought I was. That was clearly a different weird gate. Hi. That head explosion. Wow, that's... I swear these splatter physics were new in the DLC. Like, I don't remember them happening before.
The humans still won't tell us where their base is. No way we'll find it, even if we have to scan every asteroid out there. I wonder if those humans
That
actually
was a
found
weirdly
something.
phrased thing.
No torture is too great if it gets that information out of them.
Let's listen to the intercom.
Where is your base?
You're wasting time. The Reapers are coming.
The Reapers are coming here, to this region.
Every moment you keep me here brings them closer.
So why should let you go destroy the relay then? Just destroy this system.
Do what you want to me, Batarian. Torturing me won't save you.
Can we stop referring to people by their species, please? It's weird. Okay, so I think we will leave it there. Oh, on account of I have said many words, and also it's now gone 5 o'clock. So next time we're going to finish this. The thing I looked up said about 2 hours for this whole DLC, so probably an hour and a half-ish left, which is half a stream. So I don't think we're going to be starting Mass Effect 3 in that stream. We might. Or I could do something else in there. Tell you what, I'm going to put a poll up on my Twitter. It'll be open for, well, until, like, Thursday morning. And let me know what people would like to see, if you have any opinion. So, yes. But yes, that is us for today. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched. Thanks very much to everyone who stayed to the end. And again, thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed. It's honestly slightly mind-blowing. Yes. So, thank you so much. It's time for the wrap-up. If you're watching this, you know where to find me. But just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent, SERASENT. You'll see it on the title card in a minute. I am streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM GMT. That's 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available. And currently working through the whole Mass Effect trilogy, which, you know, we'll get onto 3 either Thursday or Saturday. If you miss any episodes, most, if not all, of the VODs are still up on my Twitch. Or you can check them out on YouTube at also at Serasent. Forgot my own YouTube username for a minute, and it's literally the same one. It's going well. But yes, they're all up on there. I've finally actually got them up to date, so you can watch everything up to last stream all you want to, whenever in the future. If you need any updates, any news about the stream, or just my general ramblings on my life, and in specific in this case, the poll for what I'm going to do for half the next stream, you can find me on Twitter at Waruce, that's WARUCE. And I think that is everything. So again, thank you so much for everyone who's been here. I love you all, and I will see you on Thursday. Goodbye.